So, good day everyone. Hi, I am Sir Leo and today we're going to discuss about the accounting cycle. Ano po? So, hindi yung meaning ng accounting cycle, kundi ano ba yung proseso when it comes to accounting cycle? At sisimulan natin ito sa pag-discuss at pagbibigay ko sa inyo ng tips about journalizing process. So we're going to focus our discussion for today. It's all about the merchandising business. At sa pag-journalize under merchandising business, may dalawa tayong tinatawag na inventory system. We can use the periodic inventory system or we can use the perpetual inventory system. But for today, we're going to use the periodic inventory system. So again po, nililinaw ko, ang gagawin natin ngayong araw na ito is journalizing under merchandising business using periodic inventory system. So paano ba tayo mag-journalize? Sinisimulan natin na pag-journalize, definitely, una, titignan natin is, aside from the transaction, the first one is the chart of account that being used of a certain business. Ano po? So dito natin makikita si account number and si account title na ginagamit ng isang negosyo. Different business po, different din ang accounts title and account number na kanilang ginagamit. Depende sa pangangailangan ng isang kumpanya o sa pangangailangan ng isang negosyo. So dito, ang gagamitin natin ay si JL Merchandising. So definitely, ito yung list of assets na gagamitin niya. The accounts title, nandiyan din po. The liabilities, yung accounts title na gagamitin natin doon. For the proprietorship and the income and expenses, under niyan din, dyan natin makikita kung ano ba yung accounts title and accounts number na gagamitin natin pag tayo po ay mag-journalize. So, simulan natin. Ano po? So, the transaction of JL merchandise for the month of January 2022 were the following. So, yung una, si JL daw ay nag-start o nagsimula ng negosyo under the name of JL Merchandise with investment of cash 52,000 pesos. So sa pagre-record, katandaan natin, ito yung ating magiging format when we're going to use the general journal. We have the date, the particulars, or the explanation. Minsan explanation makikita nyo dito. We have the reference or the folio, debit column, and the credit column. So simulan natin dito. So on January 1, the business under the name of JL Merchandise invested cash 52,000 pesos. So definitely ito yung una magiging linya natin. The date is January 1. O kailan siya nag-invest. So ano ba yung in-invest niya? Ano ba yung pinasok niya sa kanyang negosyo? So definitely the cash. And then the folio or the reference number is 101. So saan natin ito makikita? Itong cash at itong 101, which is the reference number, makikita po natin ito sa chart of account. So the debit column, magkano daw ba yung ipinasok na cash, in-invest na cash sa negosyo, 52,000 pesos. Makikita naman natin yan dito sa ating transaction. So ano yung magiging debit natin? So when it comes to debit, makikita po natin na medyo indented siya dito. Ayan, medyo nakapasok siya. Kasi nga, nagsisignify siya as the credit pala. Sorry, it is the credit side. So ating credit is JL Capital. So, sir, paano kaya po namin malalaman which is the credit? So dito, di ba, sa ating transaction, nag-invest ka daw ng cash. So, ang magiging debit natin is definitely the cash kasi ito yung pumasok sa ating negosyo. That is the debit. Ngayon, ang tanong, saan mo ginamit si cash? Ginamit mo siya is for the investment. Ngayon, kung babalikan natin yung ating chart of account, wala naman dong word na investment. Pero, pwede siyang pumasok at mag-fall doon sa word na JL Capital. Kaya yun ang ating magiging credit. So, for the transaction number 1, ang ating debit is cash worth 52,000 pesos. Credit din naman natin is worth 52,000 pesos. So, simulan natin. Uli. So, sa ating second transaction for the month, it's January 3. Bought merchandise in cash, 20,550. So dito pa lang i-analyze natin, ano ba yung mga possible accounts title na mag-hit sa pagre-record natin. So malinaw na malinaw, meron tayong cash at meron tayong merchandise. And then, yung ating amount is amounting to 20,550. So ano ba yung magiging date, particulars, folio, debit, and credit. So pag-usapan muna natin yung ating unang linya. So January 3. So malinaw naman, ibinabalang natin si ating date. So, sir, bakit po purchases ang ginamit natin instead of merchandise inventory, which is part of the assets? In periodic inventory system, we are using merchandise inventory if a certain purchases is used as initial capital. But if not, we are using purchases instead of merchandise inventory in recording the merchandise that we bought during the operating cycle. Ano po? So that's why ginamit natin dito ay purchases kasi hindi naman siya ginamit as initial capital. Dito malinaw na bumili tayo ng paninda. So, ano yung magiging debit purchases? Bakit? Kasi ito yung pumasok. Diba? So, when it comes to credit naman, ang ating magiging credit ay si cash. Ang ating reference is 101 amounting to 52,000 pesos. Bakit sa credit ang cash? Kasi nga, pag bumili ka, di ba, nasabi dito, bought merchandise. So, bumili ka daw ng paninda gamit ang pera. So, definitely, kung ano yung lalabas, yun ang ating credit, which is the cash. Another transaction for January 3. Purchase merchandise on account from Angelo Seth, 16,000 pesos, credit terms 2% and 10 days, and actual amount on 30 days. Ngayon, if nalilito kayo what is terms, much better po na panoorin niyo muna yung video ko when it comes to credit terms natin, kung paano din ito binabasa at paano ba siya ginagamit. So, let's move on. Ano po? So, ano ba yung magiging debit, magiging date, particulars, reference, or the folio, and the debit and the credit amount. So, when it comes to analyzing muna yung ating transaction, malinaw ulit na meron tayong purchases na lumabas, meron tayong on account na lumabas. At kung babalikan natin doon sa ating chart of account, may dalawa tong account na accounts title, which is accounts payable and account receivable. So dito, sabi daw nila, nag-purchase ka ng merchandise, ibig sabihin, bumili ka ng merchandise, subalit on account. So in accounting, pag sinabi natin on account or on credit, ibig sabihin, utang yan. Ano po? It means to say payable. Ano po? We are going to pay it in the future. So kanino daw galing? Galing kay Angelo Seth yung ating inutang na paninda. Yung ating magiging date, definitely January 3. Ano yung particulars? Ano ba yung ating inutang? Which is the purchases na merong or O1 accounts number. So how much? Definitely 16,000 pesos. Yung ating magiging credit, kasi nga hindi naman natin sumili na cash, so on account, which is the accounts payable, kasi nga po we are going to pay it in the future kasi inutang natin eh. So ano yung magiging accounts number niya? 201. Definitely, our credit amount is 16,000 pesos din. Okay, last transaction for January 3. Bought equipment from Leizl Company, 9,000 pesos, and supplies, 6,000 pesos on cash basis. Alamin muna natin ulit, ano yung mga accounts title na pwedeng ma-hit? Unang-una sa lahat, si cash. Pangalawa, may nabanggit na equipment at may nabanggit din na supplies. So medyo marami-rami. Ano po? Ano kaya yung ilalagay natin sa date? ano yung ilalagay natin sa particulars, ano yung ilalagay natin sa body or reference, ano kaya yung ilalagay natin sa debit side, at ano yung ilalagay natin sa credit side. Definitely yung ating date, copy lang naman, January 3. Ngayon, ano kaya yung ilalagay natin sa ating debit side? So pag sinabi natin debit, ano yung pumasok, ano yung natanggap? Ano ba yung binili natin? Ang binili natin is equipment at saka si supplies, kaya yun ang ating magiging debit. Yan yung pumasok eh. Equipment, 105 pa kanyang reference number, at supplies naman is 104. How much? 9,000 pesos ang debit niya at 6,000 din 500 para naman kay supplies. Ngayon, ano yung nawala o ano yung ginamit natin? Utang ba ito? Definitely hindi. Kasi nga daw po, pinili natin siya on cash basis. Ibig sabihin, kinash natin nung binili natin itong mga bagay na ito. Kaya po, ang magiging credit natin, malamang sa malamang is cash na meron tayong 101 account number. So how much? Kasi kailangan natin tong i-plus. Si 9,000 tsaka si 6,500 is amounting to 15,500 pesos. At when it comes to explanation, kasi part po ito ng ating journalizing process. So when it comes to explanation, to record the asset bought in cash, so dito naman sa explanation, wala naman talaga tayong standard. Huwag lang kayo masyadong maging essay type. Ano po, na talaga mas mahaba pa yung inyong explanation doon sa transaction. This is to help the readers or also the bookkeepers or the journalizing person, nag-journalize nito ating nagre-write po nitong recording, na mas mapadali sa kanya intindihin kung ano nga ba yung nandoon sa debit at saka sa credit. Ano ba yung connection noong dalawa. Kaya nilagay ko dito to record the asset bought in cash. Ayan. Transaction for January 4. Sold merchandise on account to Adelene Store, 18,600 credit terms, 3% on 10 days, and the actual or full amount after 30 days. So ano ba yung pwede natin mailagay sa debit, sa particulars natin, sa reference, sa debit, and the credit columns? Analyze muna natin yung transaction. So dito daw, malinaw na mayroong sold, which is the past tense of sales. At meron tayong word na on account. Pagkano yung pinag-uusapan natin? 18,600. Dahil meron tayong sold, definitely this is the past tense of sales, alam na natin na merong sales account na kailangan nating i-record. Meron din tayong on account. So when it comes to on account, sabi ko nga, di ba sa chart of accounts natin, meron tayong dalawang on account kanina. The accounts payable at sa ating account receivable. Dito, kung tatagalogin natin, sold merchandise, tayo ay nagbenta ng parinda. Subalit utang ito kasi on account, hindi naman siya cash basis. So copy the date, January 4. Anong on account yung gagamitin natin? The account receivable. Bakit account receivable? Dahil tayo ay nagpautang, so probably in the future we are going to receive something from our customers. Yung account receivable, ay meron tayong 102 account number. How much? 18,600. At definitely yung ating credit ay ang ating sales. Tatandaan na ang sales, ito yung tumatayong income o tumatayong professionality pagdating sa merchandising business. Kasi sa servicing business, meron talaga tayong tinatawag na income or what we call fee or revenue. Pero pagdating naman sa merchandising business, we will record it as sales. Ano po? So sales, remember that sales always be credited. Ito yung amount na lagi dapat credited. Ano po? At how much? 18,600. So ulitin natin. Debit natin is account receivable. It's because on account naman yung ating ibinentang paninda. kaya account receivable because yung nagbenta tayo, wala pa sa ating ibinayad. That's why we're going to receive something in return in the future po. So, dahil meron tayong sold, meron tayong sales account, which is always the credit. Nasa credit side siya. So, let's move on to the second transaction for January 4, which is paid transportation for today's transaction 2,500. Okay, analyze muna natin. Nakalagay daw dito, paid transportation. In merchandising business, we have two types or two kinds of accounts title na ginagamit in recording the transportation costs, which is the paid in at saka po paid out. Ngayon, kung di pa natin masyadong alam, I have already uploaded po a certain video that focus more on what is paid in and paid out. Kindly review na lang po doon. So, dito, analyze natin. Paid transportation. Kailan daw? 2 days. So, ibig sabihin, ano ba yung ating unang transaction na ginawa sa January 4? Tayo ay nagbenta on account. Again, nagbenta tayo on account, ibig sabihin, meron tayong sales na ginawa. Ano kaya ilalagay natin sa ating date? Definitely, January 4. Ika-copy lang naman natin yan eh. Ano yung particulars natin? The paid out. Bakit po paid out? Tandaan natin, sa transaction, ang nakalagay dito is today's transaction. Kanina, tayo ay nagbenta. So, bakit paid out? So, pag tayo ay nagbenta, saan ba ang takbo ng ating parinda? Di ba? Palabas. Kasi binigyan natin sa ating customer. That's why nakalagay ay paid out na merong for 13 na accounts number. How much? 225 pesos. At ano ba yung ating magiging credit? Dahil yun ay pamasahe, binayaran natin yung tiyak ng cash. Pero definitely kung utang naman ay di accounts payable. Pero dito, i-assume natin na tayo ay nagbayad po ng cash na merong 101 na accounts number. Same din yung ating amount, which is 225 pesos. Okay, punta na tayo sa January 5. Returned to Angelo Seth merchandise worth 100 pesos on account of defective in quality. Ibig sabihin daw, nagsauli daw si JL kay Angelo Seth ng 900 pesos dahil daw sa defective quality. Remember, kung mabalikan natin, saan natin unang nakita si Angelo Seth? Nakita natin siya ay noong January 3, kung saan si JL ay umutang sa kanya ng paninda worth 16,000 pesos. Ngayon naman, pagdating ng January 5, siya ay nagsasauli ng 900 pesos kasi nga daw defective yung ibang paninda na kanyang binili. So, ano ba yung nalagay natin sa date, sa particular, sa folio, sa debit, at saka sa credit? Yung date, copy, January 5. Ano ba yung ating magiging credit? Definitely, yung ating magiging debit pala is accounts payable. Bakit accounts payable? Kasi po, ito yung ating kinakancel. Ano po? Pero kung ito ay binili ni JLK Angel Set ng cash, definitely yung ating magiging refund is cash. But since ito po ay on account, ang makakancel is a portion of the accounts payable doon sa kabuuang inutang ni JLK Angelo. So magkano daw? 900 pesos. At i-record naman natin yung ating return. Tandaan natin sa chart of account, meron tayong dalawang uri ng return. We have sales return and allowances and purchase return and allowances. Dito, dahil payable ang pinag-uusapan, purchase return and allowances. Bakit? Kasi purchases yung ating ibinalik. Ano po? Yung ating yung ating produktong binili. Kaya po, purchase return. Kasi isasauli natin yun doon sa ating supplier. So, how much? Same, it is 900 pesos. Next transaction, January 10. Settle the account to Angelo Seth last January 3. So, balikan natin ano ba yung transaction noong January 3. Noong January 3, ang nangyari ay umutang si JL kay Angelo Seth ng worth 16,000 pesos. Na mayroong credit terms na 210 and 30. So pagdating naman noong January 5, nagsauli si JL kay Angelo Seth ng worth 900 pesos because of the defective quality. Kaya pagdating ng January 10, pumapansin nagsettle na daw siya. So magkano na lang yung utang? Ang utang noong January 3 is 16,000 pesos. Pero pagdating ng January 5, syempre nabawasan, kaya 16,000 meron 900 equals, ang utang na lang is papatak ng 15,100. Ngayon, meron tayong credit terms. Pasok ba doon sa ating 2% and 10 days? Bilangin natin. Ang utang siya ay 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So sa ikapitong araw, nag-settle si JL kay Angelo Seth. So pasok siya doon sa ating 10 days grace period para siya ay makareceive ng 2% discount. So, ano ba yung magiging date? Particulars, folio, debit, and credit natin. Yung date natin, definitely, which is the January 10. Yung ating credit, o ating debit is accounts payable. Kasi kakancel na natin siya na meron to 1 accounts title. How much? Again, 15,100 at hindi 16,000 pesos. Bakit? Kasi ibinawas na natin return noong January 5 na nagkakahalaga ng 900 pesos. Ano yung ating magiging credit? Yung ating magiging credit is the purchase discount and cash. Magkano yung ating purchase discount? 2% of 15,100, which is 302 pesos. At yung kabawas at yung kakulangan pa noon is yung cash na ating ibabayad kay Angelo Seth, which is 14,790 pesos. Kaya kung makapansin nyo, kahit dalawa pa yung nasa credit side na numero at iisa yung nasa debit side na numero, pareho po yan. Total natin is 10,100 pesos. Next transaction, January 12, pay general expenses and taxes worth 175 and 200 pesos. So kung i-record natin siya, yung date natin is January 12. So ano ba yung dalawang account title na atin nabanggit dito? The general expense and the taxes and licenses. So definitely paid. Ano po? So pag may nabasa kayong paid automatic, meron itong involvement ng ano po? Cash. So may involvement na siya ng cash paid. Ibig sabihin, nagbayad ka, palabas ngayon ang cash. Kaya ang ating magiging debit, ano ba yung binayaran ng cash? Si general expense at saka si taxes and licenses. So 502 at 507 ang kanilang mga account number. Yung kanilang mga amount naman is 200 and 175 pesos. Again, ano yung credit? Kung ano yung ating ibinigay o yung nawala sa atin because of paying these two expenses, which is the cash, 101, at ang kanilang total, pag pinagsama natin 200 plus 175 is equals to 375. So, to record the expenses paid. Next is the transaction for January 13. So, JL withdraw for a personal use of the following. Cash, 500 pesos. So, nag-withdraw daw si JL para sa kanyang personal use ng pera, nagkakalaga na 500 pesos. So, the date is January 13. Ano ba yung kanyang withdraw? Cash. So, definitely, kung yun yung lumabas, yun yung ating magiging credit. At ang ating magiging debit, para saan ba yung inilabas ng cash? Which is for the JL's drawing na meron 301 accounts title amounting to 500 pesos at yung ating credit is the cash kasi yun yung kanyang inilabas sa kanyang negosyo. 101 naman ang kanyang accounts number, same 500 pesos. So to record the owner's withdrawal. So next transaction is January 13, collected the full amount from January 4 transaction. So kung maalala natin, on January 4 transaction ay tayo ay nagpautang sa ating customer worth 18,600 pesos. At ngayon, magbabayad siya sa January 13. So doon din meron tayong terms na 3% for 10 days. At pasok naman siya doon sa ating grace period na 10 days. Kasi siya ay nagbayad sa ika 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So sa 9 days, nagbayad na siya. Ano po? So definitely, the date is January 13. Three particulars. Pag tayo pag magbabayad yung customer natin, ano ba yung matatanggap natin? Makakatanggap tayo ng cash. Ano po? At kaya may sales discount kasi pasok yung pagbabayad ng customers doon sa terms o credit terms na ibinigay noong may negosyo ni JL. Ano po? Which is, yung kanyang discount is 558 pesos at yung cash naman na ma-receive ni JL is 18,042 pesos. But still, yung kanyang utang na makakancel, which is the account receivable, is amounting to 18,600 pesos po. For the payment of the customers on account. Next transaction is January 14, bought merchandise in cash. So ito madali lang. Ano po? So dahil tayo ay bumili ng merchandise, definitely ang magiging debit natin is purchases worth 10,550 at ano ba yung binayad natin, which is cash, yun ang ating magiging credit, amounting to 10,550 pesos. So explanation, to record the purchase in cash. Next is paid miscellaneous expense, 750 pesos. Ano po? So nagbayad, may paid, may cash tayo ngayon na i-record. So date natin is January 14. So ano ba yung binayaran? The miscellaneous expense, which is the debit natin, worth 750 pesos. Ano yung ibinayad natin? Kaya pag date, definitely lalabas ang ating cash. I-record natin siya sa ating credit na 750 pesos po. So to record expense paid in cash. Next is January 15, receive refund from a supplier. So ito medyo minsan nalilito yung mga estudyante ko. Ano po? So isa-isa natin. Naka-receive ka daw ng refund. Kanino? From the suppliers on cash that is being purchased yesterday. Kung mapapansin natin, yung sinundan nitong transaction is tayo ay nag-purchase ng merchandise in cash basis. So dito naman, nag-refund. So maaaring tayo may binalik o si JL ay may binalik to sa kanyang suppliers, either be defective quality or misbranding or any reason po na pwedeng ibalik o pwedeng mag-refund yung ating suppliers. So date, January 15, ang debit natin is cash kasi yung na-receive ni JL no mag-refund ang suppliers. So worth 300 pesos. Yung ating magiging debit na credit naman is the purchase, return, and allowances. Ano po? Worth 300 pesos din. For the next transaction, on January 15, purchase merchandise on account from Leizl Incorporated. Worth 15,370. The credit terms is 2% and 10 days, actual amount on 30 days. So yung ating date is January 15. Tandaan natin na ating transaction ay on account at saka po nag-purchase. So pag tayo ay bumili, ang ating debit is purchases worth 15,370. So dahil siya ay on account, definitely yung ating credit ay hindi cash kundi accounts payable worth 15,370 pesos. So to record the purchases on account. Next transaction, January 15, paid transportation for today's transaction. So ano ba yung ginawa natin? Yung ating unang transaction ay, ano daw po, bumili. Ano po? Tayo ay umutang ng purchases. So, definitely dahil tayo ay bumili ng purchases, pasaan ba yung produkto? Papasok sa ating negosyo. That's why ang gagamitin natin, freight in or freight out. Tama, freight in po. Kasi papasok yung ating produkto sa ating tindahan worth 275 pesos. At ang ating magiging credit is binayad natin sa pamasahe, which is the cash. Ano po? Worth 275 pesos to record the transportation cost. Next, for the January 16, sold merchandise to Angelino worth 15,600. So tayo naman daw ay nagbenta. Let's assume that this is on cash basis. Ano po? So on January 16, ano daw ma-receive pag tayo ay nagbenta tapos nagbayad sa atin ng customer? Definitely, ito ay ang cash worth 15,600 pesos. At dahil may sold, sabi ko kanina, sold is the past tense of sales worth 15,600 pesos. To record the sales on cash. Next, January 16, receive money. So dito po, dahil meron agad tayong receive money, automatic ang cash natin ay ating debit. Ano po? Kasi na-receive kagad natin yung money eh. So yung ating debit is cash worth 20,000 pesos. So ano yung magiging credit natin? Dahil ito ay galing sa bangko, i-record po natin siya as note payable. Bakit? Tiyak meron tayo diyang pinirmahan na promissory note or any legal documents po. So worth 20,000 pesos. To record the cash from a loan. So next, January 17, bought merchandise in cash worth 10,550 pesos. So, bumili ng merchandise in cash. So, pag tayo ay bumili, ano ba yung ma-receive natin? Yun ay ang purchases worth 10,550. So, bumili in cash, ano ba yung binayad natin? Which is the cash, 10,550 pesos. So, to record the purchase on cash. Ano po? Kaya credit yung cash kasi yung ating binayad. Yun yung ating lumabas. Debit ang purchases kasi yun yung ating natanggap. Next, January 23, JL took cash worth 1,550 pesos for personal use. So, kumuha na naman daw siya ng cash sa kaha, ano po, sa negosyo, worth 1,550 pesos. So, yung ating debit, definitely JL's drawing kasi lagi naman siyang debit. So, 1,500 pesos. So, ano ba yung lumabas sa ating negosyo? Kinuha ni JL, which is the cash amounting to 1,550 pesos. To record the purchase on cash. So next, January 24, made refund to a cash customer for effective merchandise. Kung kanina tayo ang naka-receive ng refund, ngayon naman po tayo o si JL naman ang gumawa ng refund. Kasi dito, sabi daw, made refund. Ano po? Ano daw yung ginawa? Ang ginamit niyang pang-refund is cash. Ano po? So kung mapapansin natin, ano yung ating marireceive? Wala. Pero para saan ba yung cash ibabayad natin? Yun ay para sa sales return. Doon sa panindang ibinalik sa atin, kaya po tayo ay magre-refund. Ano po? How much? 753 pesos. So dahil tayo ay nag-made ng refund, nagbigay tayo ng pera na refund sa ating customer because of defective product. So definitely ang ibibigay natin o magiging credit natin is cash worth 753 pesos to record the return to a customers. So, pay the transaction last March 15. Since dito po, nagbayad siya ay lampas na doon sa grace period ng 10 days, so mawawala na siya ng discount. Ano po? So, ano yung magiging debit na lang? Cash. Ano po? Cash na. Kasi hindi na tayo makapagbigay ng discount doon sa ating customer kasi lampas na yung 10 days. Kung nagbayad siya ay January 25, pasok pa kasi yung ika-10 days. Pero this is January 26 na. So, yung kabuuhang 15,730 na ang babayaran ng ating customers. At ikakansela natin yung kanyang pagkakautang nagre-represent na account receivable na 15,730 pesos. To record the cash received from the receivables. So, January 26, paid transaction last March 15. So, kung mapapansin nyo dito, tayo po ay nagbayad sa ika-11th day na mula nung tayo ay umutang. So, ibig sabihin lang pass doon sa grace period para tayo makatanggap ng 2% discount. Ano po? So, kaya ang magiging debit natin sa accounts payable. Bakit? Ito yung ikakancel. Ito yung nagre-represent ng pagkakautang natin, which is amounting to 15,730 pesos. At yung ating magiging credit na lang is only cash. Wala tayong discount na may-record. Kasi nga po, lumabas tayo sa ating grace period na 10 days, amounting to 15,730 to record the payment for purchases. So, January 27, sold merchandise on account worth 15,000 pesos. Credit terms, 3% on 10 days and full amount on 30 days. So, sold merchandise on account. So, meron naman tayo sold at meron tayong on account. Ano po? So, pag tayo ay merong sold, automatic meron tayong sales. That is the credit of our transaction. At yung ating magiging debit naman is the account receivable. Bakit? Dahil sales, nagbenta tayo, so nagpautang tayo. Ano po ng ating paninda, may ma-receive tayo in the future, amounting to 15,000 pesos. That's why our credit is sales, amounting to 15,000 pesos also. To record the sales on account. The next is paid salaries, 4,500. Nagbayad tayo. Ano ba yung binayaran natin? Salary expense, how much? Amounting to 4,500 pesos. Dahil tayo ay nag-paid ng salaries, so cash yung ating magiging credit amounting to 4,500 pesos. To record the expenses paid. January 31. Paid the following expenses. Ano yung mga binayaran natin? The rent, selling expense, and the general expense. So, dahil tayo may paid, automatic yung ating cash ang magiging nating credit. Ano yung mga binayaran natin? Yun naman yung ating magiging debit. Ano yun? The rent, the selling, and the expenses together with their respective amount. 3,000, 350, and 750. At dahil tayo ay nagbayad, yung ating magiging credit is the cash pag pinagsama-sama natin, amounting to 4,100 pesos to record the expenses. And for our last transaction, sold on account to LBC Marketing, 5,760, credit terms 2% on 10 days and full amount on 30 days. So by sold, again, meron tayong sales and that is our credit. So ano yung magiging debit? Pag tayo po ay on account receivable, amounting to 5,760 pesos. So yung ating sales naman is same, 5,760 pesos. To record the sales on account. Ano po? And that's all. So after daw ng isang buong buwan, nung mag-manual count si JL, may natitira pa daw na paninda na worth 37,489 pesos noong January 31. And this will be our ending inventory for the month. So, isusunod mo ng pong video ay discuss naman natin kung paano ba tinatransfer yung data na ginawa natin sa General Journal into the general ledger na kung tawagin ay posting process. So, see you there. Thank you.